When you've been in an automobile accident, it's hard to keep track of all the things you're supposed to do. One of the biggest questions you have to ask yourself is, am I okay? Do I need medical attention? David Greene is here with us to talk through all these steps in the process. David, when should someone seek medical attention after they've been in a car wreck?
It's a great question. We've been talking this for many, many years. It's always important, if there's damage to either vehicle, seek medical treatment. Document that you were involved in a crash. Make sure you're okay. Very, very important to do.
What if someone doesn't feel any effects? They don't think that they're injured.
We always suggest go ahead and wait a day or so, get checked out, maybe go to an urgent care. Just document that you're involved in a crash, because we've had people over the years that have waited several weeks, wake up the next day after maybe a month or so later, have a numb hand or a numb arm, go and get checked out by the doctor, and maybe they've got a ruptured disc in their neck or back that they just didn't know about. So we always suggest simply go get checked out, just to document that you've been involved in a crash, because if you have a problem later, the insurance company for the other driver is going to say gap in treatment. That's one of the most favorite things they like to use. There's been a gap in treatment. We're not going to cover this because you didn't tell anybody.
And it's not just legalese we're talking about here. It's truly in the best interest of the person and the long-term for their outcome as well.
Well, that's exactly right.
Yeah.
When you're getting checked out, you may have a doctor in urgent care that says you may want to go and get a couple of sessions of physical therapy that then fleshes out another problem you didn't know you have. So you really want to make sure you follow the protocol, sit down, and I always suggest seek medical treatment, talk to a personal injury lawyer. That will give you the guidance of what you need. We've been doing this 25 years. We can give you the guidance, and perhaps you may decide you don't need a lawyer, but I think you need to talk to, so seek medical treatment and talk to a doctor.
You use the term urgent care there. If the accident victim doesn't have a primary care doctor, what can they do?
Well, I think it's very important. There's all types of options to get treatment. The hospitals here, if you're hurting from an accident, you can go to a hospital, walk in, get treatment. There's several hospitals that will see you if you've been involved in a crash, or if you get a personal injury lawyer like the lawyers at Greene and Phillips, we have doctors that we can get you to that won't cost you anything up front. That's kind of nice. We can do a letter of protection, get you the treatment that you need, and make sure you're okay. The most important thing after a crash is to make sure you're okay, that you get well, and you're fairly compensated.
I want to reiterate what you were talking about there. So a lot of people won't go because they don't have insurance or they think they can't pay for it. You're saying that you can help them out with that.
That's exactly right. Okay. And a lot of other law firms do the same thing. We have relationships with providers that can get you treatment. There are companies out there that will actually cover your medical bills while the case is in litigation. The most important thing, once again, to reiterate, make sure you're okay and talk to a lawyer. We want to make sure your benefits, that what you're entitled to, that you're paid, you're fairly paid, but you're also taken care of. Because I've always told people this, it doesn't matter what you get out of a case. What matters is getting your health back. Let's make sure you're made whole and get you back to the place you were at the time the accident occurred.
And lots of times you need money during the long term for proper treatment, so those things really go hand in hand.
Absolutely.
That's why it's important to follow these steps. David, if someone wants to contact Greene and Phillips, they have some questions, this is hitting home, how can they go about talking to y'all?
It's very simple. You go to greenephillips.com, go on the website, fill in the contact form, or come by 51 North Florida Street in Midtown Mobile, or at the Forbes building in downtown Birmingham. Walk in. You never need an appointment at Greene and Phillips.
All that contact information is on our website as well, so go check that out. David, thank you so much.
Absolutely.